Yep. Here we go. Yes, that is exactly right. Ready to go. Okay. As everybody files in. Yep. Here we go. Chaos reigns. We are live. Okay. Here we go. 2 minutes. Okay. Here we go. Yep. Let's go. We're almost ready. Okay. Here we go. Standing by. And there it is at 106. Folks, good afternoon. Our final broadcast. Yes, it is. The final broadcast of 2024 is here. And don't forget tonight, a special New Year's Eve Road Patrol Live. What time does it kick off? I'm not sure what time it kicks off. It could be 7. It could be earlier. Those of you that watched obviously we were the first one on the scene for the big standoff in Warwick yesterday. So, I mean, you go into these things and you may have a game plan, which we always do, but then you have to be flexible. So it's subscriber only tonight. Now, if nothing And there I am. All right. I don't know what happened with that, folks. Maybe it's a premonition of things to come. Maybe, who knows? Maybe this is the Biden people last minute trying to do something. I don't know. I do want to take a moment though. Don't forget again tonight, minimum 7 to 10. Could go later. Could be earlier. Yesterday afternoon, right at 1:45. I want to thank David Sammartino. At 1:45, he said, "Hey, we got a scene in Warwick. David does a fantastic job. I want to wish him and his family a very happy new year." And boom, we were there at 2:20, right? As soon as we finished the real news at 2. And then we were, I didn't get home till after 5:30. So in a moment's notice, you just have to drop and go. But tonight, now, what I mean is if something happens this afternoon, then we'll be live then. But minimum, subscriber only, Road Patrol Live tonight. The chaos and anarchy, that means New Year's Eve. Now, this portion of the program, on this final day of 2024, number one, I want to thank everybody at PR Landscape Materials and Garden Center. They are closed they'll open again in the spring, but Happy New Year to everyone from Debbie and Steve and Lauren and Junior and Byron. They are so fantastic, big supporters of the program, came up big for us in 2024. PR Landscape Materials and Garden Center, Rhode Island's #1 garden center, 3688 Quaker Lane in North Kingstown. Happy New Year to everyone from the Coesit Inn, 226 Coesit Avenue, West Warwick, proud sponsors of the website, dpetro.com. And if you log on to the website, which I'll actually do right now, we have the standoff from Warwick yesterday as we were there. And I was a little surprised because a lot of times we're there for a little while and then some of the other media shows up. It wasn't until about 3:30. I was there at least an hour before the Team You Can't Trust, Channel 10 showed up, and then 12 showed up, and then Channel 6 showed up, which is fine. So I'm friendly with everybody there. It's nice to see everybody. But the Warwick police standoff, you have the Cranston manhunt for the suspect that was Sunday night. We were out with the K9. We were the only ones that have video of that. Saturday night, Road Patrol, the police chase in Warwick. And then Sunday night in Providence, as we were on foot looking for the suspect. Folks, check it all out. All of the video is there. And also, speaking of yesterday, if you log on to depetro.com, brought to you by the Coesit Inn, and I want to thank them, big sponsors. They came up big in 2024. The Coesit Inn. I meant to put, folks, so the suspect, John Leamy, he was live in our chat yesterday. So you can see the video. You can see some photos and so forth. And then I meant to put, all right, this is my fault. We should have the police statement up as well. Is it? No, we don't have it there. All right. Well, we will have it there. The Warwick Police did put out a statement regarding what happened yesterday, but I want to thank everybody. Check out the Coesit Inn. The market at Coesit is terrific. Delicious food, 7 days a week. They're open, lunch, dinner, drinks in the lounge. They're waiting for you at the Coesit Inn. Yesterday, you had a barricaded suspect, Tiffany Avenue. Jonathan Leamy, he was in the chat. I don't know how we didn't get the police statement up there, but it'll be up after 2 o'clock. He was home alone. He was home alone, barricaded with the shotgun, and then was also in the chat during Road Patrol Live. Surrendered without incident. So, and he's being charged. So you can check all that out. Now, folks, today is a glorious day on the program. And again, I want to thank JR. I want to thank everybody. What a year this has been. And 2025 is going to be big. But I want to thank everyone for their support. It's not your imagination. Our platforms continue to grow and get more popular. Blank Rhode Island Monthly. I don't care what anyone says. I mean, Rhode Island Monthly, I'll just quickly mention. So they have a story to start January, independent journalists in Rhode Island. What's the common thread? They're all BLM supporters. They're all BLM Antifa supporters. They're not even journalists. They're activists. So Rhode Island Monthly, they basically are saying, to me, even though who led the charge on the Charlotte Lester case? Who did everyone think when Mark Perkins was just arrested? Who was on national television during the Karen Reed trial on Court TV? But according to Rhode Island Monthly, they won't include me because the summer of 2020, I was on the side of police. I was not with Black Lives Matter. I can't tell you the disgust I have, at least not in polite terms. Everyone watching last night got to hear a little bit of my rant, but that's the common denominator. Everyone they mentioned, one of the guys, Ryan, who does Newport, he doesn't even live in Rhode Island. He's in Virginia. Another one is employed full time. I mean, it is a joke. So, but according to Rhode Island Monthly, well, we disqualified you because of your lack of support for Black Lives Matter. Folks, I am telling you right now, if you have a Rhode Island Monthly subscription, you should just cancel it. I mean, that is pathetic. But that is where we're at right now. These are, and excuse me, these aren't even Rhode Island Monthly. They're not even Biden supporters. They are a progressive activist, AOC, socialist, posing as, best of Rhode Island. It's all nonsense. We can't include you because of your lack of support for Black Lives Matter. Is that even a thing anymore? I'm so glad, and I want to thank Kathy Mello that pointed that out. Folks, and I want to share with you, number one, today should be a national holiday. Highest, biggest birthday salute. Happy birthday to Miguel Degnan. Huge supporter, backbone of the program. Huge supporter of the Chosen One. But I want to share with you, not only is today Miguel Degnan's birthday, Miguel Degnan, but this past spring, I had the opportunity, and Rhode Island Monthly won't like this, but we had a chance to get together with his dad, David Patrick Degnan, who passed away this past year, September 19th. So, and this is a treasured possession to me, both his mass card, and then also this was one of the clips from when they did the full salute to him. So, and Rhode Island Monthly probably doesn't like this with their socialist agenda, but I had an opportunity this past spring, along with the deputy chief of the Providence Police, and we had a chance to spend an afternoon with this hero, and I'm so glad that we did that. Miguel Degnan's dad, David Degnan, folks, he, as a member of the Providence Police, he was shot in the line of duty. And on top of that, it stayed with him. It was so deep in his body, he was never removed. He returned to the force. He returned to work at the Providence Police Department. So that, to me, one of my highlights, someone was asking me some of the highlights of 2024. I want you to know that one of the highlights was the afternoon we got to spend with David Degnan, and folks who we lost this year, and first holiday season for the Miguel's family. And, the circle of life. They welcomed a beautiful new child who I had a chance to meet just this month, as a matter of fact. So beautiful. And then today is Miguel's birthday. But that's where I come down, like yesterday. Yes. I greet the chief of police, and Rhode Island Monthly won't like this. I greet they're busy, right, with their anti-story. The more I think about it, I think we are going to mount a campaign against Rhode Island. I think we are. I mean, they're so anti-law enforcement. So they had that total BS hit piece against the chief of police in Providence. They wouldn't include me in an article. Think of this, folks. This is Rhode Island Monthly. And shame on the frauds over there with their best of, which is like a fraud thing to just get restaurants to spend money with them. They wouldn't include me because of my support for law enforcement. yesterday, who did we, I saw the chief of police of Warwick, Colonel Connors, who's, terrific, and he's the head of the Police Chief Association of Rhode Island. Yesterday, the suspect was in our chat, and we blocked him because he wasn't focused on coming out of the house. He was then focused communicating with everybody. So here's the thing. I can live with the snub of Rhode Island Monthly. Think of this. They are an anti-law enforcement. Can you imagine what's coming over the next 4 years with the new administration coming in? But enough about that. But tonight, we will be out. I mean, our coverage really starts. We're ready at 2 o'clock, and we'll see how late and how long it goes. But I also want to say Happy New Year. But again, happy birthday to Miguel. We're going to be celebrating. And then tonight, folks, subscriber only. Subscriber only. Now, right now, we are live on YouTube, and we're also live on X. But it'll be subscriber only on Facebook. And then we do occasional updates on TikTok. That is true, because of our platform there just continues to grow. And it's a completely different thing. I mean, yesterday, we had people from South Africa watching on TikTok yesterday as we were live in Warwick. Yes, I greeted the Warwick police. On Sunday night, yes, I was supporting the Cranston police with the K9. According to Rhode Island Monthly, you're supposed to pull an attitude with them. That whole attitude, they're so, Rhode Island Monthly, they're so ingrained to BLM. Is BLM, they're not even a factor anymore. That was a 2020 George Floyd thing. It's just ridiculous. Well, we're not going to include him because he doesn't support Black Lives Matter. I mean, it's just such a joke. But it doesn't matter, folks. We're moving forward. I'm just glad I'm not upset about it. Folks, Happy New Year to everyone from Propane Plus. They want to wish all of their customers, if you use propane, heating and cooling, call Propane Plus today. It's a good thing on the radio I can't drop the bombs. Propane Plus, 401-885-4209. In Massachusetts, 508-252-3359. Propane Plus, heating and cooling. Happy New Year to everyone from Propane Plus. If you use propane, this is the company to use. Propane Plus. They also have a very user-friendly website. It's propaneplus.com. You just type in your zip code, residential or commercial. You can depend on Propane Plus. Well, folks, good afternoon. 121, our final broadcast of this year. I also want to remind people, look at what's going on around the nation, and then look what's going on right here in our own backyard, as I refer to it as Crime Town, USA. Rhode Island Guns and Ammo. We'll have George on Friday. You have to stop in to Rhode Island Guns and Ammo. Police can't be everywhere. It's true. I am excited about tonight. I am excited about tonight. And if there's anyone listening and keeps saying, it won't let me subscribe, it could be your device. Doesn't seem to be a problem on the Apple phone, or the iPhone, I should say. Try a different device. Many times people's phones are not up to date. You need to do that. That's number one. Number two, it could be try it from a computer or try it from an iPad. But you can't have, for these people that are saying, it's not working, it says I'm on a wait list. Listen, when we have almost 700 people, and we're getting very close to that as subscribers, there's no wait list. It's your device. And I apologize for that. I don't know what type of device you have, but it could be your device. But it's not, there's no wait list. There's nothing wrong with it. And I apologize in advance, but you don't want to miss the chaos. Now, I also want to mention, but Rhode Island Guns and Ammo, Post Road in Warwick. The FBI is now warning all professional athletes. This is these are illegals. This is an international crime ring where they're targeting professional American athletes. We know it was Patrick Mahomes, Kelsey. You had one of the Boston Celtics. There was a member of the Dallas Mavericks recently. There was another player who escapes my mind. But some of the merchandise that they're finding stolen from them, they're finding in South America. Folks, we are a sanctuary state. Governor McKee has no intentions of lifting Rhode Island as a sanctuary state. Rhode Island Governor Dan McKee is already signaling that he's ready to go to battle against the Trump administration, keeping Rhode Island as a sanctuary state. Now, what does that mean? Massachusetts Governor Maura Healey is already saying, well, we're not going to operate as a sanctuary state. Folks, all those illegals from Mass, remember, as Tom Homan said, the head of ICE, who seeks sanctuary? Criminals seek a sanctuary. So you're going to have the Massachusetts criminals coming in. The new mayor of New York City, Mayor Adams, he's already saying New York City will not operate as a sanctuary city. So you're going to have criminals coming. The mayor of Washington, D.C. has signaled. She had a meeting with President Trump. Folks, here's my point. When you have Lieutenant Governor Matos and you have Governor McKee saying, we don't care what Trump says, we're remaining a sanctuary state. Folks, that's going to cost the state federal funding. But on top of that, and I was speaking with a member of law enforcement about this. There's a member, I won't say who, but a member of law enforcement was saying, by the way, and I'll give you a hint. It's a federal agency. And recently you saw us, when they were doing the raid in Providence, and then I saw them when they were digging in Coventry. They said, you're exactly right. We're going to be, McKee is setting Rhode Island, McKee Matos are setting us up to be a magnet in New England. When you have all these other states saying, we're going to cooperate with the new administration, we're not going to be a sanctuary state. And then you have McKee and Matos telling everybody to come in. You have a problem. We're going to be a magnet. So that's why, folks, you need to stop into Rhode Island Guns and Ammo, Post Road in Warwick. Remember, you have the right to defend yourself. And it's not your imagination. It is getting more dangerous. Keep in mind also, this administration that we're living under right now, which I believe McKee is the worst. He's not only the worst governor, he's not only incompetent, but he's actually dangerous. By him legalizing illicit drugs. Now remember, they're very quietly opening the, quote, safe injection center. Someone asked me, what do you think about all these standoffs? I'll tell you what it is. With the amount of illegal drugs that McKee is allowing to come into Rhode Island, the amount of illegal drugs that McKee is allowing out there, the drugs are paralyzing people. They're acting crazy and they're freezing. And I believe that's contributing to a big part of these standoffs. You had a standoff in Warwick on Saturday. By the way, you had a standoff in Cranston yesterday. Not long, but you did have one. And then the long one in Warwick. This governor, folks, he's not only incompetent, he is a dangerous individual. He's putting you in danger. He's putting us in danger. I know they don't like the coverage. I know he doesn't like that we highlight crime. It's a result of his policies. And of course, Rhode Island Monthly, we're not including someone that focuses and supports police. God, I loathe those people. But folks, stop in and see George, the big guy. Rhode Island Guns and Ammo. He's my gun guy. That's who I'm sending you to. He'll take care of you. Home invasions, standoffs. He's McKee attracting more illegals coming in. Do you understand the criminals breaking into these professional homes? It's an international ring. How did they get into? Well, they got here because of Biden. We're situated right between New York and Boston, which is perfect for the criminals, right, to stop right there. You have to protect yourself. Happy New Year to everyone from Rhode Island Guns and Ammo. Well, folks, good afternoon. Also, J. Perry Paving. They want to wish everyone a very happy and safe New Year's. They had a phenomenal year. Hey, in the new year, if you're thinking of getting your driveway paved or maybe a parking lot, call J. Perry Paving today, 401-732-1730, 401-732-1730, letter J, J. Perry Paving. Well, folks, good afternoon. And again, so that I want people to understand, one of the things you're also seeing with law enforcement is people are like flipping out. right? It's not your imagination. People are going off. Governor McKee has set up Rhode Island as not only a sanctuary state, but sanctuary states breed lawlessness. What do I mean by that? You best saw that during the summer of 2020 when Rhode Island Monthly was in all their glory as BLM was rioting and burning and looting. I encourage everyone, cancel your subscription, and we're going to mount a campaign against these progressive frauds in 2025. But anyhow, but what you saw during the BLM riots was lawlessness, total lawlessness. And that's one of the things when you're with Governor McKee, who refuses to crack down on DUI, refuses to crack down on drinking and driving, refuses. He's in the pocket of all these DUI attorneys. That's Magritte, number one. Number two, he's legalizing illicit drugs. It's catching a lot of people's attentions as some of these drug addicts are breaking into homes while people are home. And what are they looking for? Money to purchase drugs. And what is McKee doing? Continue to setting up the state as a sanctuary state. You know, I mentioned, and it's so embarrassing, these cyber criminals, they were laughing at the lack of protection that the Rhode Island system had. But when you legalize illicit drugs, which he's doing, when you continue to encourage illegal criminals to come in here, he's putting everybody at risk. And what is also so embarrassing is talk about the gang that can't shoot straight, the incompetence. He is Governor Buffoon, is the fact that Foxy Village, those homeless pallets, still not open. And it's not open because of sheer incompetence, because of corruption, because of the people that have to agree to open it want to see Mr. Green. That is what's going on. I know some people don't like hearing that, but there's no other reasonable explanation. But here's the good news, because I do want to give you some good news. Number one, we are going to be out tonight. Subscriber only, folks, 49 cents. 49 cents. Everybody say it. 49 cents. You can watch Road Patrol Live. As Julie Grant of Court TV said, the breakout hit of 2024. Some good news. The good news is the tone is shifting in Washington. The tone is shifting. What Governor Magritte, what Governor McKee refuses to acknowledge is President Trump did very well in Rhode Island. As a matter of fact, when you get outside of many of the inner core, President Trump did extremely well in Rhode Island. People want to see the economy turned around. People want to see a lot of those policies enacted. What we have right now is we have a local media that is fully on board with the progressive agenda. Period. End of story. No one will tell me differently. When the Providence Journal, and I do enjoy talking with Justin Katz, when the Providence Journal does 25 to watch, and two of the people are the head of teachers unions, that's an only in Rhode Island type thing. Folks, public schools around the country are declining. Public school enrollment is way down. And in Providence and Pawtucket and Central Falls, the more that people are deported, watch the numbers continue to decline. In Rhode Island, the big story right now is how many people are sending their children to Catholic school. How many parents are how many parents are homeschooling their children, or the grandparents are homeschooling their children, or how many parents are sending their children to private school. I'll tell you where they're not sending children, to the public schools. What is the Journal to? Let's honor the two heads of the teachers unions. Why not Providence Journal? And again, I'm not trying to dance on their grave, because I mean, they are so over. I mean, that is so over. The Journal, can we all agree? I mean, the Providence Journal is really over. And nothing against, they still have some good writers. I respect Kathy Gregg. I follow her. Tom Mooney does a good job. They do. Don't get me wrong. I mean, they do have some good writers, but the paper itself and the people that run it and the editors, and there's no more even editorial board. But why not the Providence Journal? Why not do a profile on the charter schools? Why not do a profile on how people want to send their children to Catholic school? Why not do Mount St. Charles is flourishing? Bishop Hendricken is flourishing. LaSalle is flourishing. Bayview, all of the Catholic schools. People want to send their children to those schools. The public schools, the enrollment keeps shrinking. So this is a battle that I am certainly ready for in 2025. And there is good news because we're going to continue our coverage. And, Governor McKee, what we're watching right now, it goes beyond the incompetence regarding the bridge, because now you see the problem with the data breach. They ignored it. Now all this personal data is out there. They've totally ignored that. And on top of that, where Rhode Island, and by the way, Massachusetts, where this is, the country is shifting. And I can tell you, the Republican Party, they're going to put more effort into the Northeast, into Seth Magaziner. That should be a Republican in Congress. Period. End of story. 100%. He stole that election from Fung. I believe you will see in the next 2 years, Charlie Baker, the former governor of Mass, he's going to challenge Markey. And I think Massachusetts will have a Republican senator. Now, Sheldon Whitehouse was just reelected. But I think in 2026, they're laying the ground that we could have, once again, a Republican governor. Folks, people are fed up. Where McKee and the State House and the Den of Thieves, where they're truly going to be exposed, is the lack of federal money that is going to be coming in here. When you saw Mayor Pete come in for the bridge, and they're all wearing the little vests, and they're all wearing the hard hats, even though it's a closed bridge and it wasn't even a work zone. And who's there? McGreed, Governor McKee, and Matos, and the DOT people, of which no one has lost their job. And, the State House leaders, and then you have Magaziner and Gabe Amo and Senator Whitehouse and Senator Reed, and they're all marching with their reflective vests and hats. I mean, it looks like a tryout to be one of the Village People for the character that was always in the construction outfit. And there he is, Mayor Pete, and we got to get this thing replaced and blah, blah, blah. And folks, guess what? The new head of the Department of Transportation, he's not coming in. Do you know what projects they're going to fund? The Trump people flip Georgia. Georgia's going to get money. The Trump people flip Pennsylvania. Pennsylvania's going to get money. Nevada went red. Nevada's going to get money. Arizona went red. They're going to get money. Wisconsin's going to get money. Michigan's going to get money. Let me tell you who's not going to get money. Governor McGreed and Matos. Matos, we will not, this is the lieutenant governor, English as a second language. We will not abide by these MAGA Republicans. They're going to be cut off. I want to see how Governor McKee is going to govern when they have $2 billion less for the budget. $2 billion less for the budget. Elon Musk, Vivek, what are they asking? They're asking, how is it that a state like New Hampshire, basically same population as Rhode Island, larger state, same population, both in New England, how is it New Hampshire, no taxes, how do they operate with a budget under $9 billion, and the Rhode Island budget is $14 billion? That's a very viable question. It'll take a national effort to straighten out this McKee mess. Folks, this portion of the program, Happy New Year to everyone from Kids Club on the Pike, birthday parties, before and after school programs, preschool programs. If you're planning a birthday party for a child, or maybe you want to explore before and after school programs or preschool programs, Kids Club on the Pike is perfect for you, and they have a number of different locations all through the state. There's one near you located, but Kids Club on the Pike is right on that Cranston-Johnston line, right on Plainfield Pike. Check out Kids Club on the Pike. Happy New Year to everyone from Kids Club on the Pike. Well, folks, good afternoon. This is the real news, and we're going to be coming out very strong in the new year as our coverage and the amount of people following just continues to get bigger and bigger. This is going to be, 2025. This is going to be very exciting with the new administration coming in, as you have a state right now, and Rhode Island cannot continue to operate this way. And by the way, as much as I focus on Rhode Island, Massachusetts is also not that far off. Governor Healy does not have the right policies to be the governor of Massachusetts. I don't know who on the Republican side would challenge her, but Massachusetts does have a lot of problems. But if we just focus on Rhode Island, between the data breach, between the problems with the bridge, folks, they have Chase Hasbro has 1 foot out the door. They've done everything in their power to try to chase away private enterprise, and the federal money is going to dry up. And guess what? Does Rhode Island need 16,000 state workers? Of course not. New Hampshire has half of the workforce that Rhode Island does. Half. Folks, it's all going to trickle down. The city of Providence gets $300 million for their schools in state aid. For what? It's basically organized babysitting for illegals. That's going away. Cities and towns, they're not going to be able to receive all the state aid because the state is not going to get all this federal money. Keep in mind, Rhode Island Governor Dan McKee, who, as I've told you, it's nothing personal against the governor, but his policies are not in line with where the country are, and they're certainly not in line with where the administration is. The amount of waste, the amount of state jobs, these ridiculous pensions and free health care and sick day and everything else. Folks, we are way too government heavy and duplication. They can't do basic services. He is a puppet to the special interests, and the special interests are not going to run the show with this administration. The Trump people are in favor of school choice. Folks, this portion of our program, Happy New Year to everyone from AJ Home Improvement. Call them today, 401-323-9252. 401-323-9252, AJ Home Improvement. So whether it's your home or your business, acoustical ceilings, frame to finish basements, new homes, painting, remodeling, they do it all. AJ Home Improvement. Call them today. Why not start off the new year and get the inside of your home painted, or maybe have them redo your basement or an unfinished garage? AJ Home Improvement, or your workplace. And what a job they do on those ceilings. 401-323-9252. Well, folks, good afternoon. I want to wish everyone a very happy new year. Now, we will be off. No radio show tomorrow. No real news tomorrow. But we will be active with Road Patrol. I mean, tomorrow, who knows what could happen over the next 24 hours or 48 hours. For that, we are going to be definitely in motion. Also, Happy New Year to everyone from JMB Plumbing. Do you need a plumber? Many times plumbing is one of those things. When do people think they need a plumber? When they immediately, in an emergency, need a plumber. JMB Plumbing. Call the Dream Team, Tommy and Jimmy, 401-743-9153. Yes, they can replace a water heater. Yes, they can repair a clogged pipeline. Yes, they can repair damaged water pipes, as well as all plumbing work. You need a plumber? I found a great plumber. JMB Plumbing. Call Tommy and Jimmy, the Dream Team, 401-743-9153. Happy New Year from JMB Plumbing. Folks, also, Happy New Year to everyone from Marie at It's My Health, 1099 Mendon Road in Cumberland. We talk to the Queen of Health every year. In the new year, one of the things is they want Americans have to get healthier again. This is insanity. Obesity is killing the country. It's not your imagination. Americans are obese. People are realizing they need to get in shape. If people were healthier, it also lowers health costs. There's less medical problems. 2025, make America healthy again. And Marie does it all year round. For those of you, she's located. If you're listening right now, and again, we are live for the Real News on AM 1380 and 99.9 FM. If you're on Mendon Road, diagonally across from Davenport Restaurant, you will find the Queen of Health, Marie. And I want you to know, I am just so impressed. She's a valuable retailer to have. The people in that area are very, very fortunate. You want to keep a local retailer. And on top of that, everything she has is quality, and it's all about health. Stop in, purchase something, meet the Queen of Health. They have health classes. It's My Health, 1099 Mendon Road in Cumberland. They want to wish everyone a very happy and safe new year. She has delicious teas. She has great ingredients. So everything healthy. It's My Health, 1099 Mendon Road in Cumberland. Folks, something needs to be done about the obesity in our nation. And I think 2025 is it's going to start that. Because as for anyone, if you see people and we saw it during COVID. Many of the people that were obese, and I mean people that need to lose 50 pounds, need to lose 60 pounds or more, when they become ill, they're carrying all that extra weight around. You can't afford to get sick if you're carrying all that extra weight. I believe people need to do something about that because there are people that are 60 pounds overweight, 80 pounds overweight, 100 pounds overweight, and what happens? And then something happens and they get sick. Well, now you really have problems because now you're trying to heal and you're already dealing with all that extra weight. Also, Happy New Year to everyone from Watson Materials, 1500 South County Trail, East Greenwich. Call them at 401-885-0600. Watson Materials. Happy New Year to everyone from Watson Materials, the most complete selection of landscape materials in Rhode Island, landscape lighting, pavers, retaining walls, natural stone, cobblestone, decorative stone, Watson Materials. Call them 401-885-0600. Request a quote. Watson Materials, 401-885-0600. Well, folks, good afternoon. Right now, it's 1:46. This is the Real News. And again, Happy New Year, everyone. Although we will be active tonight, Road Patrol Live. You don't want to miss it. Also, Happy New Year to everyone from JD's Lawn Care and Tree Service. How about a little winter tree trimming? Call them 401-441-0154. I share their Facebook page. Happy New Year from Mosquito Joe of Rhode Island. They provide services to residential, commercial customers. Mosquito Joe, they're so impressive. Happy New Year to everyone from Mosquito Joe of Rhode Island. Now, we will be active. Let me just double check any news of the day that is happening right now. I think, and Governor McKee is doing his State of the State really early in January. I'm not exactly sure why he's doing it this early. I think because here's what I think. I think one of the reasons why McKee is doing there's the guy. The guy involved in the hour-long standoff was in court this morning. Okay. Well, he was on our feed yesterday. One of the things that I think Governor McKee is trying to have his State of the State is before President Trump takes office. And then Congress comes in, and then they start realizing, and they're cutting back on all this federal money. Governor McKee is trying to do he's the captain of the Titanic saying, the good news is we have free ice for everyone and anyone that wants to go for a midnight swim. The bad news is, but I'm looking at this right now. ICE has terminated 2 programs that gave taxpayer-funded social services to illegals who have been released in the U.S., citing immense costs and ineffectiveness of the program. So ICE is already jumping in. By the way, I've also heard ICE is going to open, and it's about time, a Rhode Island office. Right now, they've been operating out of Boston, but I've heard they're going to be opening now a Rhode Island office. Listen, something needs to be done. Anyone that truly pays attention, with when you have an international illegals running a crime ring where they're breaking into the homes of star American athletes and they're roaming around the country doing it, you got a major problem. So, and they're the first ones to go. But folks, I want you to know that in the new year, I mean, let's just hope for a mild winter. Doing road patrol, it is challenging, as we have found out. Listen, it's challenging when it's in the single digits. It's impossible in the snow. And, we have to deal with rain and snow and things like that. Yesterday was a beautiful day. Look at this weather today. Weather today, tonight, nice and clear. We will be out. If you want to watch Road Patrol live tonight, unless something happens this afternoon, we'll jump into action. But it's subscriber only. And it's 49 cents. It's 49 cents. And it just continues. If someone says, oh, I'm not, then good luck watching whatever you're going to watch on television or what have you. Folks, this also, Happy New Year from our friends at Dream Maker Design Center. Dennis and Christina want to wish everyone a very happy New Year, located Greenwich Avenue in Warwick. Now, they're right next to Kochai, and they're right down the street from Crown Plaza. In 2025, if you're thinking of a new kitchen or bathroom, you want to go with Dream Maker. Full service, remember, respect, integrity, customer focus. They are so talented. State-of-the-art design center. You're going to love it. Dream Maker. Your dream kitchen or bathroom is waiting for you, enhancing lives, improving homes. They're going to have a big 2025. Dream Maker, bath and kitchen. And contact Dennis and Christina. Happy New Year to everyone. If you're thinking, or you're thinking right now of improving your kitchen or bathroom in 2025, contact Dennis and Christina at Dream Maker, 401-433-7272 for Dream Maker. Well, folks, good afternoon. Again, I want to wish everyone a very happy New Year. I know a lot of people, it's true, a lot of members of the media are off, which is fine. We're not. Also, Happy New Year to everyone from the Lodge Pub and Eatery, 40 Breakneck Hill Road in Lincoln, and Kay's, who both are just tremendous, delicious food. Happy New Year to all their fabulous customers from both Kay's and the Lodge, and also big supporters of the program. We will be live tonight. Now, Sunday night, you had the Cranston police, and they were out searching for that suspect, stole basically $4,000 worth of sunglasses, crashed their car. Cranston police are chasing them. They have the canine. They're on foot. We're the only members of the media were there. I didn't realize Rhode Island Monthly hates our coverage where we show police in a positive light. That's why Rhode Island Monthly, their policy is only to run negative stories on law enforcement. It's Rhode Island Socialist Monthly is what it is. And then yesterday, as many of you know, we were the first ones on the scene, but there's going to be a lot more of it in 2025. We'll see what the new year brings. Just the past couple of days with what you've seen, folks. And, between the holidays and also on the weekends, here's what you should know, and I think a lot of people do realize this. People are watching less television. People are watching certainly a lot of less national television. When I do watch, I like college football, I like college basketball. I mostly watch I don't watch NBA. No one's watching the NBA, by the way. But I mostly I'll watch NFL and I'll watch college football. But when I am watching the NFL, I see promos for all of these shows. I've never seen any of these shows on CBS or Fox or ABC. I have no idea. So people are watching less of it. As a result of that, people are watching less local news, local TV news. So what does that mean? It means they're not earning the revenue that they've earned in the past. What does that mean? It means they cut the staff, which means on a Sunday night when the Cranston police are doing a manhunt, they don't send anybody. Different times, you've seen Saturday night when the state police and the Warwick police were involved in that car chase at the airport connector. There were 12 cruisers there between Warwick police and state police. One news outlet was there. You got it. You guessed it. So we're going to, if anything, do more in the new year. I mean, without question. Also, folks, remember, check out, if you're listening, remember, you can always listen on the website, depetro.com, and on depetro.com. We have links. We post all the big video we post there. But on the website, we have all links to all of our social media. If you were to log on to the website, depetro.com, right at the top, you will see there's the link they're right on the right-hand side. There's the Facebook link. That's the X, formerly Twitter link. There's the Instagram link. There's the YouTube link. And then if you scroll down, you'll see our link to TikTok. And all the videos are right there. I don't do big, extensive stories. There's also our link to Venmo. If you want to support the program, there's our TikTok link. At the very top, if you want to support the program, you'll see that yellow button. It says donate right there. Support Road Patrol Live. Support the website. Support our efforts. All right, admittedly, I admit Rhode Island Monthly's not wrong. That's true. I didn't support BLM. I didn't support Antifa. It is true. Guilty as charged. He does that police. That is true. This year I had a chance to, we rode with Woonsocket Police. Obviously, we ride with Cranston Police. We work pretty extensively with Providence Police, Warwick Police. Rhode Island Monthly, they're not wrong that he covers and rides with the police. Here's my argument with Rhode Island Monthly. I don't see that as a negative. Since when, where are we that the gold standard, the first question that Rhode Island Monthly asks is, well, are you a supporter of BLM? See, I think 2025 should be the end of that rag. That's what that would make it that the best of Rhode Island. First of all, who's even reading these magazines anymore? The answer is nobody. So, but apparently a lot of the BLM supporters do, and a lot of the far left. When did that become the question that gets asked is, well, do you support? I mean, who even talks about that anymore? As someone that covers the news, I don't see them out there. They're basically not even operating anymore. You don't see anything after the whole Daniel Penny, after he was acquitted in court. The BLM in New York, they had a press conference and was saying we need to take to the streets and people need to rise up and blah, blah, blah. And nothing happened. So they don't even have juice there. So for Rhode Island Monthly to use that as kind of the pivotal question, and like I said, I don't deny, yes, I do cover police and we do cover crime. And yeah, when I'm on a scene, I don't have a negative impression of police, but this is the same rag magazine that ran that hit piece on the chief of police of Providence, who is the first Hispanic police chief in the city of Providence. So, and we know Rhode Island Monthly, without question, I mean, they are totally anti-Trump. They are as far left progressive as you can get. But, you know, if that's what the minimum bid is, in order to get in and get coverage, you have to pledge allegiance to BLM. Well, then whatever, then I'm not going to be part of it. Well, folks, at 1:59, again, I want to wish everyone listening a very happy new year. Thank you to JR. We are off radio tomorrow. We're back on the radio in the new year on Thursday. In the meantime, look for us later. Road Patrol Live, special New Year's Eve madness, total chaos, subscriber only. We'll be live on Facebook. I don't know what time. It'll depend on when something happens. At a minimum, 7 o'clock. All right, if you listen to the radio, stay tuned for the 2 o'clock news. Everyone else will see you later on Road Patrol Live. Happy New Year, one and all. We'll be back on the radio in 2025.